What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to be doing the weekly recap of the Stocked Up trading floor. The market had a pretty good week over this past week, and the crypto industry is booming once again. After the recent inauguration, Bitcoin actually hit highs of $109,356 per coin, which is pretty crazy to see and pretty awesome as well. So with that being said, let's jump right into this week's recap. We'll start off with the high risk scalps. Monday was definitely a pretty explosive day as DJT, ASTS, QUBT, RGTI, and others all moved in a pretty big way. DJT definitely led the way as its call options popped up by 614%. As always, there were a group of stocks that didn't really move as explosively, and some stocks that didn't really move at all and potentially offered counter trend opportunities. As we scroll throughout the week, we could see that there were definitely a decent amount of stocks that moved in a pretty strong way. On the 14th, RGTI, Hood, PayPal, and others, had some respectable moves, while as always, there were some stocks that, didn't move as strongly and or offered counter trend opportunities. But with everything being said, I would say it was a pretty action-packed week. I would say Thursday was definitely the most exciting as Apple had some pretty insane movement. As we scroll down, we could see that there were some Apple put options that popped up by 779%. That went along with LRCX calls that popped up by 431% and APLD calls that popped up by 146%. Apple had some really bad news, or sentiment, I should say, on Thursday related to their China market share, which definitely sent the stock falling quite a bit, which explained a lot of this price action. But with everything being said, it was definitely an action-packed week on that front. Shifting over into the theta trades, we could see that we did have a handful of put options expire. Most of them expired for max profit, while one of them expired or ended up getting assigned. As I've been saying for years at this point, along with many other members of the staff team, selling put options is one of the best strategies out there when done correctly. It is a little bit slower and it's a little bit less exciting than potentially making 200% with some daily call options. But when you sell to open put options, you are essentially putting yourself in a situation where you are getting paid to buy, some of your favorite shares out there at a price that you're happy with owning for the long term. So regardless of whether the trade wins in the short term, you'll collect the premium that you originally got for opening the trade, and in the worst case scenario where the stock ends up falling below the strike price that you sold, you just end up owning shares of a company that you'd otherwise be happy to own at a price that you're happy owning those shares at. You could either hold those shares for the long term, you can trade them in a shorter term sense if you really wanted to, but that wouldn't be as advantageous. And you could even sell call options and do what's called a wheel strategy and just constantly repeat it. So basically, selling put options offers a lot of benefits, and it's something that all traders should at least look into if they haven't already. Shorting put options is also known as put writing or cash secured puts. So feel free to keep that in mind during the research process. And if you need any help, feel free to reach out to Tom, Hunter, or myself, and we'll definitely make sure you're taken care of. But besides that, there is a lot going on in the market right now, and it should be especially exciting given all of these recent events we have unfolding, whether it be all of the craziness with cryptos, whether it be earnings season back in action, or any of these political events, we'll say. Should be a very eventful start to 2025. Thank you all so much for watching, and let's crush it in the market this week.